So I'm gonna use 2 cups of plain flour. This is a tablespoon. I'm gonna use half a tablespoon of baking powder in this, and then I'm gonna give it a little stir. So those are pretty much our dry ingredients. A little pan here in which I'm gonna crumble up 150 grams to 200 grams. So it depends how chocolatey you want your brownies to be. I'm gonna use 150 grams, so yeah, a standard dark chocolate, and most of the dark chocolate is vegan. However, make sure you check the label just to make sure there is no milk in it. So I'm just gonna crumble this in here in my little pan because we want to melt this. My bar of chocolate in here in my little tub, and to my bar of chocolate I'm gonna add half a cup of plant milk. I'm gonna also add half a cup of sugar. Can be caster sugar, can be brown sugar. Again, it's very flexible. I'm gonna put this on the hob on medium to high. You don't want it completely high, and you want to keep an eye on it, because if you don't, it's quite likely to bubble over and to ruin your hob. In the meantime, I'm use a baking tray. Can be any kind of baking tray that you want to use, so that you have about this much of height as a minimum. And I'm gonna cut my baking foil. So I've got a couple of bowls, because what I want to do is to get a knife, and I'm preparing the topping. So once we've got our main, once we've got our base recipe in the pan, I'm gonna top, because it's a party, it's supposed to be a party mix, I'm gonna top it with different things. So I've got marshmallows, which I'm just gonna roughly chop. So I just quarter them. Ooh, they're very sticky as well. And then I'm gonna use my sour, fizzy strawberry wine gum. So I've got a big pack. I don't want to overdo it, so I'm just literally taking a few of those, and I'm just, again, roughly chopping them up so they look fun and they are nice and bite-sized, and it's pretty much melted. So I'm gonna take my flour and baking powder mix and a whisk, and then I'm gonna add some butter to this mix. Put this aside. I'm gonna add 4 tablespoons of butter to my mix here before I add my chocolate. So I'm gonna start whisking this, and the butter will melt because the chocolate is hot. And we're just gonna add our chocolate to our flour, butter and baking powder mix. Oh, and it's coming together nicely as a dough. So as you can see, this is already a really nice mix, but I want to have this a little bit more fluffy, so I want to add a little bit more liquid in, and this is where our aquafaba comes in. So it's chickpea water. So you drain the chickpeas, and you the residue, so the water that the chickpeas sit in, is called aquafaba. And as you can see, it's quite a bit, it looks a bit eggy. It's like a thick watery consistency. and it's lovely to bake with because, yeah, it's pretty much an egg replacer. I'm gonna add half a cup of the aquafaba into here, and then I'm gonna use vinegar. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of coconut vinegar in here, and I'm gonna give this a little bit of a stir. Lovely. And then I'm gonna start whizzing. So I've got it at my desired fluffiness. You can whiz it a little bit longer and it will become quite stiff, but this is how I want it. I want it a little bit more liquidy because my chocolatey mix here needs a little bit more liquid. So I'm just gonna add this in here. And again, this will function pretty much like an egg. Here we go. Very nice, gooey, chocolatey brownie mix. And at this point, we can transfer our chocolatey brownie mix onto a tray with baking powder, baking paper. And now for the decoration. So, the first thing we want to do is to add some crumbled biscuits or cookies or yeah, anything that you got to hand. So I've got Biscoff. You can use Oreos. You can use any kind of digestive biscuits, whatever you want to use really. So what I do is I literally just crumble them over my wonderful dough. Next thing is some of our chopped up sour strawberry wine gums. I'm just taking them apart and just throw them on there. So next part is vegan marshmallows. I used those ones. If you're in the UK, try to go Marks and Spencer's and find the Plant Kitchen ones because they are vegan. They won't have any gelatin in it. And I do the same thing here. I'm just gonna stick my marshmallows in there. I halve them because they're quite big. Last but not least, sprinkles. Every party needs sprinkles. So we've got some sprinkles. I've got some vegan ones. Again, make sure you check the ingredients list. There could be some kind of like unvegan stuff in a lot of sprinkles. So just make sure you check that. And then once you find your vegan sprinkles, go crazy because again, no party is complete without sprinkles. So here we go. This is what it looks like at the moment. I'm gonna add that to the oven. Let me take you on a journey. Here we go. So this is vegan marshmallows. We've got vegan sour wine gums, which we also added to our mix. We have some Biscoff crumbled up biscuits, as you can see. And I'm so impressed with those vegan marshmallows because I've only found them a week ago. They're from Plant Kitchen, from Marks and Spencer. So if you're in the UK, have a look at Marks and Spencer's.